Barbara Creed, The Monstrous Feminine, Part 1, Chapter 1, Kristeva, Femininity, Abjection. Chapter 1 is the theoretical framework of Barbara Creed's argument. In this chapter, the author draws attention to Julia Kristeva's theory of the abject and the maternal. Kristeva says, we may call it a border. Abjection is above all ambiguity, because while releasing a hold, it does not radically cut off the subject from what threatens it. On the contrary, abjection acknowledges it to be in perpetual danger. According to Kristeva, abjection does not respect borders, positions, rules, but disturbs identity, system, order. In human society, abjection could be a means of separating out the human from the non-human and the fully constituted subject from the partially formed subject. There are several key points in Kristeva's theory of abject. The first one is a place of abject. It is a place where meaning collapses, the place where I am not. Since Kristeva has mentioned in the quote that abject disturbs identity and order, which is quite essential to the meaning, the place where abject happens could often be regarded as a site where meaning breaks down. However, it doesn't mean that I, the living subject, is gone with a meaning. The second one is a disposal of abjection. As abject threatens life, it must be radically excluded from the place of the living subject, propelled away from the body and deposited on the other side of an imaginary border which separates the self from that which threatens the self. Meanwhile, although the subject must exclude the abject must nevertheless be tolerated, for that which threatens to destroy life also helps define life. Further, the activity of exclusion is necessary to guarantee that the subject takes up his or her proper place in relation to the symbolic. Take food loathing, the most elementary and archaic form of abjection, for example. The girl sitting at the table is not willing to drink the milk offered by her parents. Thus, the skin on the top of milk signifies a border, a sign separating her world from her parents' world, which is in unwanted desire, and the milk becomes the abject. However, the milk is not an other for the girl, so she expels herself as well as establishes herself within the same motion. While relating abject to horror movies, Barbara states that horror film would appear to be an illustration of the work of abjection in at least three aspects. First, it abounds in image of abjection. The phrases "made me sick," "scared the shit out of me," are the perfect examples of abjection when we see horror scenes. According to Kristeva, woman is especially related to polluting objects in two categories. One is excremental, threatens identity from the inside, and the other is menstrual, threatens from within. Second, it is an abject which crosses or threatens to cross the border in a horror film. Despite the fact that the specific nature of the border in each film is divergent, the function of the monstrous remains the same, to bring about an encounter between the symbolic order and that which threatens its stability. The monstrous is often between human and inhuman, man and beast, and the border is between the clean and proper body and the abject body, or the body which has lost its form and integrity. Third, the horror film illustrates the work of abjection in the construction of the maternal as abject. According to Kristeva, all individuals experience abjection at the time of their earliest when attempting to break away from the mother. The child struggles free while the mother is reluctant to release it. Thus, the maternal body becomes a site of conflicting desires, constitutes a strange space named Cora, a receptacle by Kristeva after Plato. In a child's effort to break away, the mother becomes an abject. In a scene where the father is invariably absent, the mother is the representative of the archaic maternal figure who is often constructed as a monstrous feminine. Kristeva states that, historically, it has been the function of the religion to purify the abject, but the work of purification now rests solely with that catharsis par excellence called art. The horror film, as a form of modern defilement rite, attempts to bring about a confrontation with abjects such as the corpus, bodily waste, and monstrous feminine, to separate out the symbolic order from all that threatens its stability, particularly the mother and all that her universe signifies, in order finally to eject the abject and redraw the boundaries between human and non-human. This is the theory of Julia Kristeva's Abject. Thank you for your attention.